Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Let's move on to the Keke Palmer stuff. This has been going on all week. I've just been adding the links because I haven't had the time to just react to it on stream. So if you don't know, Keke Palmer announced this project called Southern Fried Rice, where it's about an Asian girl being the star of a series where an Asian girl goes to an HBCU. People were like, Keke, what are you doing, girl? Like, out of all the stories, we don't have enough stories. Some people were like, we don't have enough stories about black students going to HBCUs. So after all the criticism, Keke Palmer took the very next day to her cell phone to post herself a statement. No PR, no run, everything like that. So it came straight from the heart, and it's really Keke's reaction. Keke's not a friend of the channel, but she's a friend on Twitter. So shout out to Keke somewhat. I know. Anyways, as a professional tap dancer and court jester for most of my life, smiling face emoji, I'm not complaining, all caps. I can tell you that it's very imperative for people of color to have jobs of just being the talent or the player of the team. It's my mission with Key TV to help fund and support the creators of color behind the scenes, giving them a chance to tell their own stories. The camera operators, costume designers, writers, directors, prop masters, and the list goes on. There's a common complaint about that if there's not enough black people in a hair and makeup union, it is lack of black creators in high positions is a big source of this. It's Key TV's mission to democratize the industry and support black people in business positions that always include us performing. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's so much more that we can do and have to offer. The Kia Stevens is one of our key makers, along with Chelsea Sanders, Nora Addison, Lawrence Murray, Moses Alexander, Lex King, Antoine Lachey, Rosario and Eric McCoy, L'Oreal Palmer, Frank Wimberly, and so many more. Check out their work of the Keymaker series to learn more about it.
Take up too much of your time, but I wanted to chop it up real quick about this series called Southern Fried Rice that's premiering on TV that is receiving some controversial feedback. Now, Southern Fried Rice was created by Nakia Stevens, and while I can't speak...
Bro, how can you say the name with a straight face, bro? How can you say the series name with a straight face? Like, be so for real, bro. Like, Nakia Stevens apparently, like, people dug up her old tweets like they did Tyler Creator. I know Tyler is like, whew, they moved on from me. They started pulling up her old tweets and she ended up deactivating her account, man. They done ran her off the platform, man. Bullying, being mean, man. That's not nice. It's not very nice.
To her inspiration for the show, I can speak to her dedication as a creative. I mean, Nakia has written, show ran, and produced 4 shows alongside her Damn Right Originals team with Key TV. And Key TV has proudly invested over $500,000 on her creations. And I say that because...
And that's a W, by the way, Keke. That's a W, by the way, of investing and having your own network, everything. That's a big flex. Salute to Keke Palmer for being a boss woman in that regard.
It's not easy to obtain that kind of investment. And Key TV, this is the ethos of the company. It's a network not just because it has stars and shows or has talent, but because it's about the people who create the shows and connecting them. I mean, we have Alex King, a black queer creator that made the short film Keep Me in Mind. We have Antoine Lachey, who created the horror story Blue Forest. We have Cousin M by a father and son duo, Rosario and Eric McCoy. Chelsea Sanders, who created Make It Make Sense and Unlabeled by Lawrence Murray. Chelsea also did Dear Keke. Look, what you like is subjective, but the support of black creatives is not. And it's a task that Key TV takes on with pride, because if you want to be a creative, you have to be able to create. And that takes money. And it's Key TV's mission to find the funds for you to be in practice, for you to experience trial and error, and to take your projects off the page and get more than one chance to do it in action. So whether you like it all or some or none, I say give these creatives a chance to grow as we continue to grow in supporting them. So God bless you guys. And like I said, Nakia has Southern Fried Rice that's coming out most recently, but she has Nepotista, Ho and Tails, and Psychology of...
Okay, I don't think listen to these title series names. I don't think, so yes, support black people, everything like that. This is wonderful and stuff like that. That can be true in itself. Shout out to Keke Palmer for doing this. This is amazing. Give opportunities, black creatives. However, I don't think it needs to be an obligatory for Black people to just blindly, follow and have this loyalty to things just because they came from Black people. Like, because we have so many criticisms, right? For so many years. I remember growing up, I hated Flavor of Love and like Love and Hip Hop and just shows that made Black people look bad, bro. Like Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, it was just shows of just putting money in people's pockets to just fight other Black people on camera and then like cuss them out. And it was like that was the image of Black people on television, on reality TV and stuff like that. I just hated that so much, and I was so ashamed of it, and it was just embarrassing. And people just ate it up because it was slob and gross and everything like that. And people love drama, and I'm not just innocent of that. Obviously, like I like a little drama sometimes too, if it's in the sports world and everything like that. I just have a different type of tea or drama or whatever that I enjoy. Like, mine is in sports, other people's is in reality TV. So I'm no better than anybody else. However, I don't think that we should continue. If we see, okay, I'll say it like this: if the problem we see is like, dang, I don't like the representation of Black people on television, so I'm going to create to help change that narrative so people don't just see Black people as tap dancing coons, a watermelon eating, fried chicken eating, Hennessy drinking, what I'm saying, entertainers. Is that, yeah, and we fight and we box and like we rap, we sag our pants, and we have grills in our mouth. Like, that's all we do and that's all we are. So when a Black person comes in and they sound something different, then it's like, oh, you ain't Black, and then that person internalizes all those "you ain't Black" comments and then ends up growing up to become anti-Black, and then post things on the internet while during that time about their frustrations and not being accepted by their own community, and people dig those tweets up 13 years later. All of these things. It's just it's a toxic cycle. To change the cycle, we must have a higher standard for ourselves. If we want to be the change that we see, it goes down from everybody, from the funders to the creators, all the way down to the consumers. The consumers must have a different level of expectation. Hey, we're not going to let that fly. As the consumers, we're not going to watch that. We're not going to support that. We're tired of the tap dancing little get on down. Look, y'all, it's ironic because she's not Black and she's doing Black things. Look, she's going to the cookout. She's dancing on stage with Project Pat. Shouts out to the little girl in Memphis, man. Atlanta, Montana. I mean, Hannah, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense to Hannah, Atlanta. We love Hannah, Atlanta, and things of that sort. That was just the first example that came up. But there has to be some type of standard and expectation from the consumer to bring change. People have to be open to criticism. And if something is comes across as, it's the lowest morning, everything like that, it's a Sunday morning. But if something comes across, for lack of a better term, as some BS that you are trying to serve the people have a right to be like, no, we are not going to accept this. We deserve excellence. We deserve something better. We want to see a higher standard and expectation from these TV creators and stuff like that, who, if this takes off, they become successful and millionaires and buy houses and mansions and cars and everything. In order for you to live a luxurious lifestyle and become rich and become successful in this field, we're not just going to let anybody do it just because they Black, and we got to support them because it's Black funded and Black created and Black created. No, if anything, it's going to be even higher. It's going to be even higher. The expectation, the standard is going to be even higher, because that's what we think of ourselves. We are elegance. We are excellence. We are intelligent. We are creative. We are the influence. We shift everything. Everything starts with us. That's what we say, right? We all agree with that, right? So if we agree with that, it's no problem for us to hold ourselves to higher standards than the standards that have been presented before, because there is no progression if we just keep accepting the same level of entertainment, of baseline, of intellect, of whatever you want to present to us and tell us this is Blackness. This represents Blackness for the 2020s. When you're in media, you are creating stamps, time stamps of what something looked like in that time frame. So these live streams, these interviews, these videos I'm doing is just like how it was in the 2010s. Those were indicative of the times of the people I was interviewing, the answers they gave, and the questions I asked, the way we dressed, everything like that. Those are timestamps of the 2010s. Everything I'm doing now are timestamps of the 2020s, even down to the fact that this is a live stream. Because in the 2020s, live streaming is a big thing and this and that. And you see the ticker and it was StreamYard and it was reactions and it was this and that on YouTube. In 2030, in the 2030s, it might be some different variation of this, of what I'm doing, right? But it's a timestamp of blackness, of excellence, of intellect, whatever the case, whatever you want to say, of critiquing, whatever the case might be. But this is how it was in the 2020s. So when you put out something, when you put out a TV series, a movie series, as a black person, you are representing what people see as black people in the 2020s. And when you put out some mess for the sake of making a joke or inside joke, a lighthearted fun or whatever on age-old stereotypes that have held us back for so long, or something that's not feeding us or progressing us to get better and move forward in society and up the ante of art, then what are we doing? We're wasting a bunch of time here.
Fuck boys, that's also some great.
Listen to the titles, bro. Listen to the titles of these other series. Beyond Southern Fried Rice, which is a story about an Asian girl around a bunch of black people. Listen to these other titles.
In action. So whether you like it all or some or none, I say give these creatives a chance to grow as we continue to grow in supporting them. So God bless you guys. And like I said, Nakia has Southern Fried Rice that's coming out most recently, but she has Nepotista, Ho and Tails, and Psychology of Fuckboys. That's also
like, be so for real, bro. Be so for real, bro. We just supposed to blindly follow that and support and subscribe and follow and stuff like that because she black.
Some great stuff for you to check out. Take care. Thanks for listening. Holla at your girl.
It's just like, bro, like, nah, bro. Black people, you have the right to criticize. Yes, you have the right to criticize black things. So here, this was Nakia's response, but she deleted her account. And she said, all the fake intellectuals that want to come after me now and this and that, she was downplaying it. And it's like, oh, you don't see the issue. So then a girl responded to her response and she said, you ghosted Twitter, but go back to promote your poorly written story. Why is an Asian girl's best friend a black 17-year-old pregnant? Oh, come on, bro. That didn't go to college. Why are you feeding into those tropes for black representation? Thank you so much. Cooked her. It's this stuff that we do is serious, bro. As silly as it is, and entertainment is entertainment. Yes, at the end of the day, we are entertainers. From the reactions, from the so and so, from the skits, it's all entertainment. At the end of the day, there is a responsibility, especially on black people who are looking to progress and looking to overcome the age-old things and labels on black people. There's a standard there that we have to. Hey, no, that ain't us. This ain't that. This ain't that. And you have to understand the seriousness of like what you're doing, bro. You are representing an entire, like I said, an entire time, a point in time, a historical timestamp for what black people created and how black people thought and how black people represented themselves through the real world forever, for that time period. You can't just play around with it because you think it's cute or you think it's funny or something like that when it's not. It's really just, it's damaging. It's holding us back. It's restricting us. All right. So then they said, no wonder. Excuse me, sir. I'm mixed, Dominican and Asian. Thank you very much. LOL. And yes, it was great. Yummy. LOL. I'm sure she was just joking here with a friend. So I hate when I don't like when people pull up old tweets. So like when I was collecting this, I probably should have like not did that. I probably should have not did that. I'm gonna keep it a beam because it's like old tweets. It was just different back then. And then this is out of context. She talking to her friend. She was just making a joke. Now everyone's a fake intellectual because we don't want to see your Asian minstrel show. But yeah, people like I have more reactions. You see that TikTok down there, but it's probably some more stuff over here. Let's see what they said. Maybe Keke and company should have made the little Asian girl who grew up around black people get accepted into a study abroad program in Asia and then learn about her true roots. Ooh, is that still coming of age? Yes, no, maybe. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie. Or maybe a show about a sponge who lives in a pineapple under the sea. That's hard. I like that one. Deja. Oh, so these are all the old tweets they pulled up. And they just put in Asian. Excuse me, I'm mixed Dominican and Asian. Thank you very much. Asian homework. I really hope I make some Asian friends next month. Fingers crossed, LOL. I played Dance Dance Revolution. Yo, I searched my old tweets like this week after the whole Tyler the Creator thing was simmering down. And I searched like black, white. I used to tweet some crazy stuff. Even after, like, I already did a whole detox on social media, like in 2017, like at the end of college. And I still had some crazy tweets out there, like out of context. But it's out of context at the end of the day and stuff like that. Let's keep it moving. Oh, it's the same one. This is the same one. What's the next one? It's this one. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, she has a serious problem, Childish Gambino. Shout out to Donald, man. Shout out to D Money, the legend. My biggest inspiration, things of that sort. But the Asian jokes are pretty funny with Childish Gambino. This is apparently her second time shooting and releasing this mess because it came out in 2019 with a different actress, Kira Omens. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that this was the first day of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We didn't plan this, but by the way to kick it off, shout out to Kira Omens. We honor you. Thank you for helping us tell the story. Southern fried rice. Oh, so she just keeps. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Trying it multiple times is insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Childish Gambino is hilarious, though. All right, Gambino is a mastermind. The pass the time, mass appeal, orange mind, smoke your green, I'm spending mind that beat is which is brew, but beware that stuff is potent. Now there's poetry in motion. Yeah, Gambino, make it work. On the ball, smooth something. A show about Southern Asian women titled Southern Fried Rice. Facts. That's crazy.
Please do not get mad at me. Please do not get mad at me. I'm just keeping it real, okay? Hear me out. Southern Fried Rice. They released a statement. They said, you guys are anti-intellectuals because you guys don't understand representation. You guys don't understand that representation is not just black and white. There's gray in between. And I'm not saying, okay, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you guys, like, how many of you guys know of an Asian person who got adopted into a black family and went to an HBCU? Raise your hand. Not me.
Bro, they kicking her, bro. They kicking her. And then but it's crazy though. It's crazy though. I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I don't want to get too woke. But especially knowing like how a lot of Asian people talk down on black folks. What is the like need for acceptance here? Like, what is the like, I need this acceptance so bad? Like, if you want the representation and this and that as a black woman, why not just do something for a black woman representation, bro? I don't know. Confirm. She shared this on Instagram, and it's honestly all I needed to know. I really wish I was a part of the press rollout before the trailer came out, but I'm going to watch the series to support Black press. Let me see. Fast forward to 2016, I was receiving a Woman on the Rise award, and a mutual acquaintance who had just read my Southern Fried Rice script about an Asian adoptee attending an HBCU insisted that I meet another award recipient named Sydney Wilson. Come to find out, she was a Korean American woman who was raised in Mississippi and went to Jackson State. I remember that. She was a Sagittarius like me, so we instantly clicked. Yeah, this was written in 2016. Thank you so much, Sydney, everything like that. We were both excited to meet, and we met in 2016. I asked many questions about her upbringing, her college experience, culture versus ethnicity, and her connection to her Asian heritage. We yapped and yapped for hours, and we barely touched our food. Over time, I kept reading, I kept researching, and kept having conversations with Black people and non-Black family members, people who have transracial adoption stories. and people who are very against non-black folks and black spaces, and I wanted their perspective, so I talked to everyone. All these stories gave me new insight. These stories aren't rare; they just aren't on screen. So it's one. It's one in like the history of like mankind. It's one woman. It's just insane, bro. Howling. To be fair, she exactly did put the base of the story to a girl she knows in real life. But she already wrote the story before she even met the girl. Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, boo. I'm not with it. And I think it's okay that black people can criticize things that are from black people. Yes. Imagine being so obsessed with Asian culture that you centered them and they are like, why? We didn't ask for this. Like, I'd delete my entire account. And she did. So there's that. And that was just a weird thing that happened this week. Speaking of
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad. What's up, Rashad? Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.